It's Tuesday, and that means it's another update for Modern Warfare and Warzone, and it looks like this could be the second to last one that we end up seeing in the main year of support for Modern Warfare if the last few weeks and all patterns we've seen end up holding true. Because next week we'll see one, but then we have the launch of Black Ops Cold War as of next week as well, which is incredibly weird to think about that we're already approaching launch so fastly, but alas, here we are. Today we're going to be breaking down the changes that we saw within Modern Warfare today, letting you know everything you need to so you can jump in with all the knowledge necessary if you decide to jump into the game today, tomorrow, whenever. As we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What are your likes and dislikes out of this update? As well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button as we're on that road to 400,000 subscribers, and with a new game launching in just a little bit of time as of next week, we'll keep you up to date with all things you need to know. If you're interested in joining the community, I'd love to have you. But for now, that said, let's jump into the update at hand. As with most weekly updates as of recently, this week brought with it only a little, but of what was introduced, it's likely to make a lot of people happy, I think. For the front-facing changes, we saw, of course, the playlists refresh as they normally do, and on the multiplayer side of things, we have Ground War, Blueprint Gunfight Customs, What Objective, Shipment 24/7, and Shoot House 24/7. With Blueprint Gunfight Customs being using more weapon variants rather than the traditional weaponry kitted out with different attachments, so it adds a little bit of a flair cosmetically to those loadouts you'll be using in Gunfight. What Objective is a bit more of a mosh pit of the previous hybrid modes that we've seen, in which in this you'll be playing modes of Domination, Hardpoint, and Headquarters, where not only the objective score counts towards your total team score, but as well, so do your kills. So that Deathmatch Domination, Hills and Kills, and the Headquarters variation as well, all in one playlist here. And that's one that I think I'll definitely have some fun with. That's one that I'll probably jump into and grab some footage here and spend some time in over the next week. Then we, of course, have the fan favorites of Shipment and Shoot House 24/7. No more having to lobby for one or the other, or if they're in a mosh pit together, trying to lobby surf to find the one you want. Instead, it is broken up once again here with both options on offer this week, and that is fantastic. I know that with Black Ops Cold War launching as of next week, some people may want to hit 155, some people may want to finish their officer ranks and challenges, and maybe some people still have some camo challenges to grind out before the game and the year is essentially over for its main year of support. So this is a perfect time to do that. Whether or not that is something that actually happens and continues on as of next week as well, we'll have to wait and see, but that's what's on offer for this week in multiplayer. It also notably removed the gunfight tournament, so if you did not capitalize on that and get that most recent Holger variant, which now that I think about it, I thought I did, but if you were like me and you didn't play through it, you missed your opportunity on that Holger variant, unfortunately. But that was taken away as well. And also Onslaughter and Gunfight was removed from the rotation of play. But that's the MP side of things. For Warzone, we ended up seeing introduced here this week, or somewhat returning, is a couple of different modes. We have all your traditional modes for BR, solos, duos, trios, and quads. We have Zombies Royale, Blood Money Quads, and Warzone Rumble. Now, of course, seeing all your traditional modes of solos, duos, trios, and quads, that's to be expected, but one thing that I wasn't sure what would happen with it was that of Zombies Royale. I would actually be totally fine with this if this is almost a permanent mode or something that comes back on a relatively frequent basis, even into when Black Ops Cold War happens, because Warzone isn't going to have that integration right off the bat, so players will still be playing Warzone. But Zombies Royale was a ton of fun, and with it being something that seemed exclusive to that Halloween event, being that it ended overnight, that's something that is kind of curious here that we have Zombies Royale still. And we'll talk about in just a second, we do have a title update coming relatively soon. We don't know when, but I'm wondering if it's going to be replaced as of that point to kind of take offline the entirety of the night mode for Verdansk, but we don't know. But for the time being, I'm still very happy that this is sticking around for at least a little bit longer. Blood Money Quads just simply gives you more cash for the kills and contracts that you complete in Plunder, but then also Warzone Rumble returns here for the first time in a while, in which you take, again, some smaller areas around the world of Verdansk into that Warzone map and then have a TDM style game mode happening at that point. So that's something that was introduced, or reintroduced rather, but that closes out the changes made to the Warzone side of things. Then we also see introduced within this week a couple of different packs within the shop for Modern Warfare, in which we have the Tracer Pack Yellow, the Warzone Pro Pack, and the Sheep US Station Bundle. If you're interested in any of these packs and you wish to support the channel a little further, like Jonathan, Skates, Oscar, Grindstone, Jeremy, and Smokey have already, you can use code Espresso in the item shop. Totally optional, but if you decide to do so, I'd love to shout out your generous support. But for the featured bundles we ended up getting here with this, we ended up seeing firstly the Tracer Pack Yellow, a new Tracer round bundle that comes with the Sacrosanct M13, the Anointed ISO, the Valorum Melee, the Shaken Bacon Charm, the Sunnyside Calling Card, and the So Sick sticker for 1600 COD points. Now, the builds aren't terrible for these weapon blueprints. Like the M13, I'd adjust the optic, muzzle, and probably the barrel on this, so I'd lose some of that skin. The mag design is cool and is the same magazine adjustment I'd end up using, but the rest, you'd probably only have the body in terms of that design. Now, the ISO, though, is a solid build, minus that 5 milliwatt laser, because that gives away your position visible to enemies, but I'd suggest also maybe the drum mag instead of the stick. But other than that, the design's pretty sick. You don't have to change the barrel, in my opinion, so definitely nice to keep some of that camo design. But that's all available for 1,600 COD points. Now, the Warzone Pro Pack, moving on to that, is an interesting one because it's basically a free bundle, and I say that in quotation marks, basically, or I guess asterisks maybe, but for the real pricing equivalent of $19.99, not COD points, you end up getting 2,400 COD points, the Winter Theater Ghost Skin, the Klondike Fin Blueprint, the Bonanza Magnum Blueprint, the Lion Weight Calling Card, the Weave Your Magic Emblem, a double Battle Pass token, which is the second of those, if I'm not mistaken, that we've seen introduced, and then a double Weapon XP token. Now, why I say it's free is that because it's for the price point of real currency equivalent of $19.99. If you were to get that included 2,400 COD points alone, that's what you'd pay for it, $19.99. Everything else after that is basically bonus, which isn't half bad if you ask me. If you know that you're interested in shop items either past or present, and you're going to use COD points at some point, it's basically like a buy one, get one. Not only one can you get those things like the ghost skin and the blueprints for no additional cost, you also can end up getting different items that you want with those COD points you end up getting. Like I'm thinking about getting that tracer round one, and if I do, I'd end up buying that pro pack first because I get the items for the same price point, but then also COD points on top of that. So kind of two birds with one stone. Interesting to see that kind of bundle introduced here this week. But then finally, we have the Shiba Ua bundle for 1,400 COD points that comes with the Captain Pugsley M13, the Going Bark Growl, the Jackson Charm, and the Throw a Bone emblem. Now, the blueprints, I'd probably change a lot, which is kind of a bummer because I do love that color pattern of the Going Bark Growl, but I'd 1,000% change that barrel. That ZLR is about the worst barrel you could have if you're using it for anything other than CQB engagements. But you lose quite a bit of that design at that point, but you'd also lose a bit on the default mag if you change that as well. So I'm kind of conflicted with that one, but it's pretty cool. That's available for 1,400 COD points and rounds out the shop updates and basically what we had in terms of what was added in today for Modern Warfare. As always, again, these weekly refreshes being somewhat smaller, but still changes no less. But the big thing that I'm really curious about now is that we do have a new title update coming sometime soon. And this isn't any speculation. This was confirmed by Joe Seacott himself over at Infinity Ward. When talking in reference to the glitch for the Pumpkin Punisher not awarding properly to players, he ended up saying that there was a fix in the next title update. And this update that we have was just the event being turned off, just like how it was turned on without an update. So that's something that we know a title update is coming, but we just don't know when. And that's the biggest and most curious part to me, is because we're running out of time here. Like we talked about, next Friday is the launch of Black Ops Cold War. So when is that title update going to come? And it's something that we do still have some stuff to look forward to. I mean, we still have that butterfly knife that was in the original roadmap for Season 6, not the Reloaded and the Haunting of Verdansk roadmap, but instead the very first one of Season 6 that said it was coming in season. So we still have that, along with probably a couple other things that we're forgetting off the top of our head, but that's just so weird to me that we still have one coming, but really no ETA. My guess would maybe be Friday or maybe Tuesday, but right now it's just kind of curious to see. But that is something to look forward to as well, but rounds out today's update and what we have immediately. So that's where we're gonna wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this update? Are you guys looking forward to jumping into Shipment 24/7 or Shoe House 24/7? Are you looking forward to Zombies Royale sticking around a little further? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you aren't new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. We're doing all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and soon to be Black Ops Cold War very, very soon. We'll keep you up to date with all of that. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Probably live on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.